friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina, and in this week's video we're just gonna be spending a few days together. For the past couple weeks I've been having such a really intense doom scrolling addiction that I just cannot seem to break away from. Whenever I'm doom scrolling, it's usually out of avoidance, and I don't necessarily handle being in that kind of state of avoidance super well, just because it's not doing anything that actually helps me. Like, if I'm needing to take a break and just to do some low cortisol activities and stuff, doom scrolling is not my number one choice. If there's reading, rewatching an anime that I really like, learning how to bake something, learning a new recipe, playing The Sims for a little bit, and listening to an audiobook, those are my favorite activities to do. But I've just been not doing that and spending so much time on social media, not even learning anything while on there, because there's so much information out there that I could be absorbing, and I'm just not doing that. Paying attention to things that I just genuinely don't care about, I'm just paying attention to it anyways. I feel like the only way to get out of that kind of state is by reading something that brings me joy, is of interest to me, or makes me put a little bit more brain power into understanding as well. Earlier this year I read Clytemnestra, and I also read Circe, which I had started and stopped Circe so many times it's not even funny. So I'm very glad that I was able to complete that. I also really liked Clytemnestra. That was a really great book. I read A Song of Achilles, I think it was either last year or the year before. I actually can't remember when I read it. That was another great book. But Clytemnestra really made me want to get back into more mythology retellings and stuff, especially Greek mythology. I would like to learn more about other mythologies though, to be honest, because there's so much out there and it's just so interesting. I made a list of books that I want to read that are Greek mythology retellings. I just thought that this upcoming week would be really fun to finally get back into that again. When I was in middle school, I can't remember exactly what grade it was right now, the entire year was just Greek mythology for my English class, and that was a lot of fun. That really sparked so much for me. I also really got into the Percy Jackson books and the movies as well, and that was just a lot of fun. All I could do was talk about Greek mythology. I was very obsessed with it. I would literally meet somebody or interact with somebody, and they would just ask me oh, how's school going? And I'd be like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. Do you want to know the story about the peacock in Greek mythology? I don't know why, that was one of my favorite stories to tell. As I got older, I got more into Nordic mythology and Aztecs, the Mayans, and stuff like that, but I've never read the Odyssey, so I thought it'd be really fun to read that on my For You page, just scrolling through. And there's this video that came up, and this girl was talking about how, I don't know, her and somebody else, I guess, but they had made short 4-minute online quiz to help you figure out which translation of the Odyssey is best for you based off of your reading preference. So I took that quiz and it landed on the, I forgot the author's name, but it was the Penguin Random House edition of it. I'm interested to read the Iliad as well, but I'm thinking of doing Emily Wilson's translation of the Iliad instead of doing it for the Odyssey. I have a few other books I'm wanting to read as well. What I'm going to be starting today is called 1,000 Ships, and it's basically just the woman's perspective of the Trojan War. I'm very excited to read that. And then I'm also wanting to read The Silence of the Girls. Yeah, there's just a lot. I can't list all of them right now, but I will put them on the screen so that y'all can see. As for right this second though, I do need to touch up my hair. I have not retouched my hair in a couple of months. I usually do it every 30 days at least. Has it been more than 2 months? I don't even know. Maybe it's been longer than 2 months. I've got about an inch of regrowth. I also want to go ahead and start editing my July reading wrap up. I just include books, movies, music, TV shows, stuff like that. I don't post it on the first of the month, the next month and stuff, just because I use Apple Music. There's a portion on there you're able to see your monthly listening wrap up kind of thing, but that doesn't become available until the second. I basically start working on it on the first and then upload it on the second or the third or whatever. Honestly, have so much fun making those, a little craft I'm able to do and stuff. It's just a good time. But I'm gonna go ahead, put my hair dye in, and then in that meantime I'll go ahead and start editing the post to upload for tomorrow. Hello, it is a new day, and I did not verbally update y'all yesterday, and also just didn't record anything from this morning. Earlier, went over to a doctor's appointment, and it went very well, thankfully. It is like literally my only doctor that I've gone to that I've been told, like, hey, your labs are normal, and it being a positive thing. I don't know if any of y'all have experienced this. I really hope none of y'all have experienced this because it's difficult, but it's like when you just know something is wrong with you physically, you just know something is off and just not the way it's meant to be, and then you go get labs done and your doctor's like, oh, congratulations, nothing's wrong with you, your labs are completely normal. Well, yes, you'd want to have normal labs. It is difficult to basically be told in a way, well, I don't see anything wrong with you here, therefore nothing's wrong with you, and you just feel like a little bit crazy or question, am I feeling something real? Am I like making it up in my head? All of that is just a really difficult thing to experience. I get that. I've been dealing with that kind of stuff for several years. It took until one doctor basically set off this domino effect for me. I felt like he actually understood and was actually listening to me and was able to be like, okay, yeah, actually there's something going on with you. There is something else that you need to look into. Don't get me wrong, I did have a run-in with some other doctors that were very difficult for me to work with, but they were not all like that. But I've still found some others that are just working very well with me, so that's great. And then I was going to go do some other things as well. I was going to like go to the coffee shop and read or look around some different stores and things like that. Like that's what my original plan was like going to be, but I decided to come home and do this full-on deep clean activated mode. Basically literally the only time today that I was like reading from my Kindle was at my doctor's appointment. So for cleaning and everything else like that, I just started audiobooking it instead, and I'm past the 50% mark now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really enjoying it. It's very interesting. The way that it just jumps around almost feels like short stories, but really divided by chapters, which yeah, that's kind of what a collection of short stories are. They're like divided by chapters. It's not like we're on Penelope's chapter and then we never see Penelope again, basically. Like we come back around to her. It's actually very fun. I'm really enjoying it. I will see y'all tomorrow.